Like TeddyGrey on stuff, Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
2 warnings before clicking on this video saying that there's like self-harm and suicide on here, and then I have to make sure that I'm over a certain age to watch it, and then I gotta go and ask for my parents' permission, which was difficult since I haven't seen them for years, so finding them for that permission was very difficult. And then I had to pass a troll under a bridge. Gandalf had a few words for me, let me tell you, just so that I could watch this feckin' video. So it better be good, because I've had to jump through hoops to get to it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. Oh yeah, join the Discord if you want. You don't have to. Patreon. Do some things. Well, it's going to be a deep one, isn't it? I should have known from the title, really.
Yeah, I got upstate like a month ago. I was talking to fans and one of them pulled me aside and said we never met, but I swear that you know who I am. I've been through a lot. I don't know how to express it to people. Don't think that I can, but I got that mansion CD on rotation. That's real for me, Nate. You do not understand. It's crazy for me. Kids hit me up, city.
Kids hit me up. So yeah, he's talking about like the from the fans' point of view. Like we've never even met, but I feel like I know you. Like I feel like that. I've only listened to like 10 of his songs. I feel like he's in my head. I get it. I feel how you feel.
I got upstate like a month ago. I was talking to fans and one of them pulled me aside and said we never met, but I swear that you know who I am. I've been through a lot. I don't know how to express it to people. Don't think that I can, but I got that mansion CD on rotation. That's real for me, Nate. You do not understand. It's crazy for me. Kids.
I'm sorry. Thanks, earphones. Just don't work on me. The fact that he said, like, I don't know how to express it, I don't even know if I can. But, like, a lot of people have said in the comments of my reactions, like, he manages to put into words the things that I've been thinking, but I haven't managed to say out loud because I haven't thought of a way to contextualize them that maybe doesn't make me seem a certain way or doesn't make it seem like, I don't know. But a lot of people have had that sentiment, so he must go through his comments or something, you know.
Express it to people, don't think that I can, but I got that mansion CD on rotation. That's real for me, Nate. You do not understand. It's crazy for me. Kids hit me up, say they slitting they wrists on the daily. This music is more than you think. Don't book me for just entertainment. It's entertaining. Hearing these parents, they telling their kids my music is violent. You gotta be kidding me. I guess that your definition of violence in mine is something that we look at differently. How do you picture me?
Oh. And that little, like a choir chorus, that like, ha, ha, ha. He's had that in a few songs before. It reminds me of, what's that song? Gangsta's Paradise. Whenever I hear that, like, choir. Oh. I'm just trying to contextualize that because he said like the parents of these kids that listen to me, they say that the music is violent. Your definition of violence and mine are 2 different things. I feel like they are, but I don't know. It's probably too deep to speak on a reaction channel, to be honest. That. I was going to speak about like the disconnect between parents and their children, about how they feel and how to ask them, you know, really ask them how they feel so that they do feel heard and seen, you know. Yeah, but it speaks volumes to the fact that I had to go through many stages just to get to this video, because even YouTube deems this as violent or something that it needs to warn me about. Like I'm a grown man. If I wanna hear a joke about suicide or I wanna watch a film about suicide, either one, I should be able to make up my own mind and not have some gatekeeper going, hold on, are you sure you want to see this? Because it's a little bit too real. Do you not want to watch this video of a fluffy duck? Idiots.
They rest on the daily, this music is more than you think. Don't book me for just entertainment, it's entertaining. Hearing these parents, they telling their kids my music is violent, you gotta be kidding me. I guess that your definition of violence in mine is something that we look at differently. How do you picture me? Want me to smile? You want me to laugh? You want me to walk in the stage with a smile on my face when I'm mad and put on a mask? For real though, I mean, what you expect from me? I'm trying to do this respectfully. They say that life is a race. I knew my problems would probably catch up eventually. I do my best to be calm. How you gonna write me and tell me you slaughtered my family?
Whoa. Oh, so it is the comments. I will slaughter your family. Jesus Christ. They say that life is a race, but I know that probably my problems will catch up to me. So obviously race, catch up to, you know. It's a bit of a loose bar because there's no like end to that bar. It's not concluded, but I like the internal ski. I like that.
Laugh, you want me to walk in the stage with a smile on my face when I'm mad and put on a mask? For real though, I mean, what you expect from me? I'm trying to do this respectfully. They say that life is a race. I knew my problems would probably catch up eventually. I do my best to be calm. How you gonna write me and tell me you slaughtered my family? That's just a glimpse of the stuff that gets said to me. These are the parts of my life that I'll never see. I am aware it's aggressive. I am not here for acceptance. I don't know what you expect.
Which is mental considering the juxtaposition of YouTube saying that his music is too violent, or parents saying that the music is too violent, and yet underneath the comments of his music he can receive comments like that, like I'll slaughter your whole family. Does that not strike you as more violent? Like, whoever commented that is talking to somebody specific, saying they will slaughter their whole family. NF isn't even talking to anybody specific. He's not even talking to anybody. He's just expressing himself through the medium of sound. And yet that's a problem, to the point where we got to get warnings about this shit. That's so weird. And to think as well, the algorithm's bust because it's never given me any NF. My algorithms have never given me NF. And I've listened to music religiously every single day literally since I can remember being born. Well, I can't remember being born, but I know what I was trying to say there. I'm so tired.
These are the parts of my life that I'll never see. I am aware it's aggressive. I am not here for acceptance. I don't know what you expected, but what you expect when you walk in a therapy session. And told me her life's full of drama. Said her dad is abusive, apparently he likes to beat on her mama. I got so angry inside, I wanted to tell her to give me his number. But what you gonna do with it, right? You gonna hit him up, then they'll start hitting her harder, that's real. These kids, they come to my shows with tears in their eyes.
No, kill him. Kill him. Kill the guy. How's he gonna hit her? How's he gonna hit her if he's dead? That's crazy. So he's literally giving stories from the fans. So the first part in the first verse was a story. Now the first part in the second verse, another story from the fans. Let's go.
Yeah. Said her dad is abusive. Apparently he likes to beat on her mama. I got so angry inside, I wanted to tell her to give me his number. But what you gonna do with it, right? You gonna hit him up, then they'll start hitting her harder, that's real. These kids, they come to my shows with tears in their eyes. Imagine someone looking at you and saying your music's the reason that they're alive. Sometimes I don't know how to handle it. This type of life isn't glamorous. This ain't an act for the cameras. You see me walk on these stages, but have no idea what I'm dealing with after. And I put it all in the open. This is the way that I cope with all my emotion. I'm taking pictures with thousands of people, but honestly, I feel like nobody knows me. I'm trying to deal with depression. I'm trying to deal with the...
That's crazy. How can he feel like nobody knows him when he's given so much of himself? Do you know what I mean? Unless it's not real. Because I don't know why he'd feel like people don't know him. when all he does is talk about himself and his own mind state. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that bar. That's the only bar I've heard from NF that doesn't make any sense. Unless he's not being truthful to himself when he's telling us this stuff, in which case, what is he telling us? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
On my emotion, I'm taking pictures with thousands of people, but honestly, I feel like nobody knows me. I'm trying to deal with depression.
I was gonna say as well, like, I know that it must be hard, like, him performing these kinds of songs on tour, because you think, like, as a rapper, like, oh, going on tour must be incredible, like, doing a show must be incredible. But he has to, I assume, or think rather, he has to live through all of the emotions he went through whilst writing this, recording this. He has to go through all of those emotions again just to perform this song in front of a crowd of people that love him, you know? So the things that he would have to go through after the show, he might have to do a lot of reflection after that, or just sort of like decompress after having all of that emotion just inside of him. Hopefully he goes crazy at his shows, and then you can literally see, like, this is his therapy, that's his way of getting rid of it. Do you know what I mean? But I also saw, I think it was called Rapture. It was a series on Netflix, but they followed Logic through his tour where he did that 1-800, the suicide hotline number. Suicide, sorry. I swear, if you say that S word, the algorithm's gonna bust it. So I probably, I don't even know if I've said it, but I might need to bleep it out. But yeah, he did a song about suicide. And yeah, it showed him, like, through that touring process, and he was crying his eyes out. Like, on multiple occasions, he was just so sad all the time because he was consistently and constantly reminded of the badness, which is exactly what Nate's doing to himself. He's like a martyr, you know?
This type of life isn't glamorous. This ain't an act for the cameras. You see me walk on these stages, but have no idea what I'm dealing with after. And I put it all in the open. This is the way that I cope with all my emotion. I'm taking pictures with thousands of people, but honestly, I feel like nobody knows me. I'm trying to deal with depression. I'm trying to deal with the pressure. How you won't tell me my music does not have a message when I'm looking out at this crowd full of people I know are affected. I got some things in my life I know I should let them go. Let me jot it down. Let me take a mental note. I'll put it all on this microphone. Think about that for a minute. What is the point of this song I'm just venting? But what you expect from a therapy session? Therapy session. About me, that doesn't worry me. I know I handle some things immaturely. I know that I need to grow in maturity. I ain't gonna walk on these stages in front of these.
Okay, so he's done that twice now. He did that with depression and depressure, you know, and the way he says the is like duh, so it sounds like depression, depressure. Nice. And then he's just done that with this as well.
I know I handle some things immaturely. I know that I need to grow in maturity. I ain't gonna walk on these stages in front of these people and act like I live my life perfectly. That doesn't work for me. Christian is not the definition of what perfect means. Woo! I ain't the type to be quiet. I ain't gonna sit here in silence if I wouldn't say what I say to your face. And I promise you I wouldn't say it in private. I am not lying. People go off on my page and I'm trying to quit the replying, but this is ridiculous.
He's had a few bars in here, but that might be my favorite so far. That might be my favorite so far. If I wouldn't say it to your face, then just know I wouldn't say it in private either. Meaning basically, if I have something to say, you will hear about it from me. You're never gonna hear anything third or second hand. And somebody going, oh, I heard that so-and-so said this about da-da-da-da-da-da. No. No. And if anybody tells you, you'd probably be able to go, oh yeah, I know, he told me anyway. Whether good or bad, as long as you said the truth, you know.
I ain't the type to be quiet. I ain't gonna sit here in silence if I wouldn't say what I say to your face. And I promise you I wouldn't say it in private. I am not lying. People go off on my page and I'm trying to quit the replying, but this is ridiculous. I'm passionate, man. I really mean what I'm
Which is why I'm saying, if you really mean what you're writing, then how can you possibly feel like nobody knows you? If you mean what you're writing, why would you feel like nobody knows you? I don't understand that. Maybe I'm looking at it too logically, and obviously with feelings, they're not always logical, but I don't know. Logic usually does prevail. And I don't mean the rapper, I mean the verb.
Page and I'm trying to quit the replying, but this is ridiculous. I'm passionate, man. I really mean what I'm writing. Yeah, I mean to keep it 100. Okay, I'll keep it 100. I see a whole lot of talking on socials, but honestly, I don't see nothing in public. I kinda love it, yeah. Why don't you write us some happy raps? That would be awesome. All of your music is moody and dark, nay. Don't get me started. You wanna know what it's like if you met me in person? Listen to my verses. This music.
I kind of thought that he was going to address that then, like the reason why he doesn't make happy music. Because there has to be a reason. There's moments in his life where he's happy. I've only seen 9, possibly 10 videos of the guy. I've seen him smile a lot. And for somebody that's heavily depressed, he smiles a hell of a lot. So I don't know. I'm not saying that he's lying about his mental state. But what I am saying is, part of him will have to act a certain way, because by the time he's performing these things, he's not actually feeling that way anymore, because that's a feeling that he's already dealt with by his therapy. By his own admission, the writing is his therapy. So if the writing is his therapy, he's already gotten over that thing by writing about it. Now he's having to go through it again. But because you guys are hearing it for the first time or seeing it for the first time, he's having to put those emotions in there, almost as if he's still going through it. And yet he's obviously not actually solved whatever feelings were going on, because now he's saying, I feel like people don't know me. So he never actually sorted it out in the first place. I'm getting very, very confused. Very, very confused about this guy's state of mind. And when you say, I don't see nothing in public, it's almost like he's egging it on, like he's inviting people to fuck with him. Which I don't really agree with.
100. I see a whole lot of talking on socials, but honestly, I don't see nothing in public. I kinda love it, yeah. Why don't you write us some happy raps? That would be awesome. All of your music is moody and dark, nay. Don't get me started. You wanna know what it's like if you met me in person? Listen to my verses. This music is not just for people who sit in the pews and pray at the churches. Nah, I've been rejected. I don't expect everyone to respect it. I don't expect you to get my perspective, but what you expect from a therapy session?
I mean, I think sometimes people, they confuse what I'm doing. I write about life, I write about things that I'm actually dealing with. Something that I'm actually experiencing. This is real for me. Like, this is something that personally helps me as well. I'm not confused about who gave me the gift. God gave me the gift, and he gave me the ability to do this, and he also gave me this as an outlet. And that's what music is for me. When I feel something, whether it's anger, it's a passion about something, a frustration, like, this is where I go. That's the whole NF real music thing, man. This is real for me. I need this. This is a therapy for me.
And I suppose that's kind of like the crux of the whole thing, the whole song, is that it's not for me to understand, it's not for us to understand, you know? Because he is writing about his life, his experiences, and the way that he processes things. So the way that I'm internalizing it doesn't matter. I don't need to understand it. I kind of like that. That's good for anybody that was confused whilst listening to therapy session, or that was confused by him beforehand. If they really get the message behind this song, it's good for them, you know. Because sometimes, you know, we do confusing things, and sometimes we say that we're okay and we're really not. It's just that you might not want to burden somebody, or you might not want to let out all of that information because you're scared of how it's going to be received, or I don't know. But I feel like that may definitely be the case for Nate. Like, he's told us a lot, but I don't feel like he's told us everything. I really don't, because otherwise, why would you feel like nobody knows you if you've told us everything? Do you know what I mean? If I'd told everybody everything that there possibly was to know about me, how could I then feel like nobody knew me? I'd have to feel like everybody knows me, because everybody knows my inner thoughts, how I deal with things, my mood swings. Like, everybody knows everything, because it's all there in the music, so you all know me. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand that thought process, and that's kind of bummed me out about that song. However, an incredible song, and obviously the parts where he was talking about like the fans as well and what they go through. It's not just a personable thing for him too, but obviously people take it as almost their own form of therapy by just listening to him. As much as he gets from creating it, other people get from listening to it, which I completely understand 100%. Oh, guys, How Could You Leave Us is next, and I'm not in the mood to do it now. I'm really not in the mood to do it now. I might have to wait until tomorrow, which could be today for you, depending on the day that I end up putting this one out. I can't put out too much NF stuff at once because it messes up the algorithm, especially with a lot of you guys being American viewers. It'll mess up my algorithms, so I have to be strategic. But rest assured that I am, of course, getting them all done before April the 7th when his album comes out. So until next time, deuces.